U.S. Farm Report on the road from the Milk Business Conference is brought to you by Rabo AgriFinance. Discover how local relationship managers and global sector expertise can help you address challenges and seize opportunities. Rabo AgriFinance. Let's talk. And by Pivot Bio Proven 40, a better nitrogen for corn.
Well, welcome back to U.S. Farm Report. Excited to be here at the Milk Business Conference in Las Vegas. We have Dan Bossy with Ag Resource Company. We also have Phil Plord of EverAg and Lucas Fries with Rabo Research. We're going to get into milk prices, dairy demand. We're going to do it all. But one of the biggest pain points for dairy producers over the past couple of years has been feed prices. When you look at grain prices today, Dan, is there some serious trouble in South America?
Well, there is. I mean, we've got this drought going on in northern Brazil. The Amazon River is at a record low. You know, again, this needs to go on. We've only got 80% of the soybean crop in the ground as we see it today. So, you know, as we think about the future, it's very key. But the month of December and January weather will determine how bad is bad. But we're not happy. I have some Brazilian farmers that have already planted corn, first crop corn and soybeans, maybe 3 or 4 times. So it's a problem that we need to watch. It would completely change the grain and feed markets should Brazil have a problem.
It would completely change. I mean, you look at Argentina last year, we saw the drought impacts, but that largely impacted Argentina. You look at Brazil, I mean, are you trimming back your forecast right now for both corn and soybeans?
We are. We started out at 163 million metric tons on beans. Our team being in the fields are down to 156. I need to get under like 151 or 150 if I'm really going to get the bean and meal market going even more. Meal's already got a bid today because of last year in Argentina, but it's things that should keep you up at night. Weather globally and in Brazil today is not normal.
Well, we've been talking about it. Milk prices, not pretty, especially when you look compared to a year ago. So as you said today, you're looking at declining cow numbers. Phil, do you think that we will see milk prices start to trend higher into 2024?
I think they'll be better. I think that for the first time in the years that I've been looking at dairy markets, we've never really seen a situation where supply was not great and probably headed lower, but demand has been equally or not up to the task either. And so in a vacuum, if we said, hey, look, U.S. milk production is down 0.5%, and Europe is barely break even, and New Zealand's not doing well, what's the milk price? I'd say, well, it's going to be $20 or something like that. We do not have oversupply anywhere in the world right now, but we have a lot of under demand, and that's been really holding the markets back. I don't think the supply is going to get any better anytime soon, but the demand has to pick up if we're going to see some fireworks.
Lucas, do you think there is a demand problem right now?
I think it's absolutely true. If you look at the health of the consumer in the U.S., if you look at our foreign markets, which are a big share of where we're exporting almost 20% of our product to, we're seeing signs of kind of worrying demand all around the world. And like Phil said, I think it is almost kind of miraculous when we look at the U.S. or the European Union or New Zealand, all these key areas. For once, it's nice to not have a burdensome oversupply. So it's up to demand to pick up to be able to see a significant milk price recovery in the future.
When we were at World Dairy Expo, Dan, you talked about, you know, you were bullish on protein into 2024. Is that still the case?
No, we are. We see 2024 as a year of protein. We think that beef prices will reach record highs. We see the pork market finally starting to turn as there's more liquidation. Poultry has a story. So I'm bullish of protein. I think milk protein could have a place at the table, but we need the powder market to come along if we're really going to have some bullishness in milk. That's something I would watch very carefully in the first quarter.
Demand domestically, seasonally, we typically see that pick up right now. Are we seeing that with butter? And what is the situation with cheese, Phil?
Well, on butter, I think that, you know, the numbers are okay, but they're nothing spectacular. Record high prices don't help from a consumer perspective. And one of my theories is that I think consumers in the position they're in are not stocking up. So there's less pantry stocking today. And so instead of buying 3 pounds of butter because it's on sale, they might be buying 2 or 1. And so I just think that there's, you know, it tamps down the numbers a little bit. So they're buying butter. They're just not buying a lot of extra this week.
Are you worried about that demand, though, as we continue into next year domestically?
I don't think it's either a lot better or worse. I'm sorry.
No, you don't think it's going to get a lot better or worse?
Yeah.
I think the butter, we almost saw it this year, Phil, with a carryover effect into the spring because of that limited buying in the fall. I'm a little bit more worried on the cheese side of things. We typically would see seasonally high prices here in the fourth quarter, and we just haven't been able to get traction on cheese, which is a little bit concerning to me.
Yeah, concerning. And you had mentioned earlier, Phil, about some of the earnings from some of these pizza companies. I mean, is that a sign?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think the consumer is strapped, and student loan payments, reduced government benefits, a whole lot higher interest rates, a long list of items. And if you look at the big three or big three public pizza companies, none of them had a great third quarter. And I think that the consumer is just backed into a corner, and they're dialing it down a little bit.
All right. Well, we have a lot more to talk about, but first we need to take a quick break, and then we'll have much more right here on U.S. Farm Report.